Good morning, equity guys. Welcome to Equity Guys pre-market video. I am Manjunath, an ISM technical analyst. So yesterday, weekly expiry in Nifty 50. So what happened in Nifty 50? Let's see. Nifty 50 closed at 57 points negative, whereas Nifty Bank 128 points positive, Sensex 250 points negative. So except Nifty Bank, Nifty 50 and Sensex closed in negative. So India Volatility Index minus 1.50% change. So that's neutral. Even though it's a minus, but it's not huge. So we will say neutral data. Then crude oil January future, which is running below 6,500 pre-COVID level standards. So data is bullish. Nifty B's, yesterday there was some correction, but bank B's there is a buying. Then gold B's, silver B's, which hit all-time high once again. Silver B's is 2.51% positive change. That is superb. Then now let's go to Nifty 50. Nifty 50, the market had started at 25,900. The first candle itself had opened near gap up, then it closed from there. There is a sell off from 25,900, which came again back to the same bracket of 25,800 to 25,700. It made an attempt because the being on expiries, the major concern will be on theta decays. So the call sellers or put sellers, the option sellers will have a good holding here near the two zones. So data took, then it took support from 25,600, but at the end the market had closed it above 25,700 once again. So data is, I say, bearish still. Okay, day before yesterday it was like strong green candle, but it yesterday it is still bearish. Now let's go to sectoral wise data. Nifty 80 closed in positive, Nifty Bank closed in positive, whereas Nifty Infrastructure closed in negative, auto sector closed in negative, but in our metal sector closed in positive. So three sectors closed in positive from which we observe every day. Two sector negative. So I will call the data is neutral. Advance decline ratio, it's almost equal. Advance versus decline. So data is still neutral. If we go to Nifty 50 specifically, see, you can see that 16 companies closed positive, but 33 companies closed negative. So that data is little bearish. At the same time, Nifty Bank is neutral. You can see 7 versus 7. Now let's go to option chain. We have to select 20th January 2026 options of Nifty 50. Weekly expiry, that is next Tuesday. So in the money call option is buying, selling. That is call sellers. Out of the money call option is selling. In the money put option is buying, out of the money put option is buying till 25,600. Above that one, again, it's selling. So data is somehow bearish consolidation, you can say. It's not super bearish. PCR ratio is around 0.6, 0.7. So data is not in neutral zone. So if you see as per option chain, you can see some strong resistance zone and strong support zone. You can see here strong resistance zone at 25,800. That is the major, like we can say, barrier to go the to allow the market to go up, or the major call sellers are holding the positions at 87 or 25,800 levels. Now FIDA data. Let's go to cash market. Cash market FIs are selling off 1,500 crores, whereas DIs are buying at 1,181 crores. Net overall, it's just 300 crores negative. So data is bearish here. F&O segment, index futures FIs are selling. Stock futures FIs are holding in negative positions, or bearish side, or in short positions. So whatever you want to say, but the data is bearish now. Now let's go to global market. US 30 is neutral, US 500 is neutral, US 1000 is neutral. So no big moves in US futures at present. But yesterday Dow Jones closed in negative, S&P 500 closed in negative, Nasdaq is also closed in negative. So data is very sheer. European market, if you go to DAX, it's neutral. FTSE 100 is also neutral. CAC 40 is negative. So again, European market also I will call to neutral to negative. Now let's go to Asian market. Nikkei 225, once again it's making all-time high. Yesterday it made all-time high. Today also it's made a all-time high. So Nikkei at its all-time high levels. So data is bullish. Hang Seng yesterday closed positive. Kospi currently it's going positive. So Asian markets are performing well. Yesterday also it performed well. So the data is somehow bullish here, but European market and American market remained neutral to bearish data. Let's go to ADRs. Infosys ADR negative, Wipro negative, HDFC negative, Dr. Reddy's Lab negative, whereas ICICI Bank ADR is only in demand, so positive data. So data is bearish here also. Now let's compare with Nifty, the Indian stock market. Let's analyze here Nifty January future. If you compare here with Nifty 50, see there is a demand in derivative market of around 30-40 points. So data is bullish. Bank Nifty January future, yes, there is a demand compared to Nifty Bank Mother Indices. Yes, data is bullish. Now let's go to Gift Nifty, which is very, very important. If you compare Gift Nifty with Nifty January future, okay, the data is suggesting still it's on bearish side because global market had not supporting Indian market. Our global market, there is no demand. Our global market is not bullish. So based on that one, let's have support and resistance in our chart. Okay, so let's mark resistance on first side. Nifty 50 this is the mother indices. 25,900 is our first resistance. 25,940 is the second resistance. Then 26,133, which is third resistance. So you can mark 26,000 as well, multiples of 100, or 26,000 is a key level where you can predict like, okay, it will act as resistance. So this is the resistance zone. Whereas support side, 25,603, that is yesterday's low of the candle, will act as historical support side, support 1. Then 25,473 is S2. Then 25,318 is S3. Okay. Now, based on this one, now what is the view? See, can you see here? RSI stochastic is near zero. Okay, RSI stochastic is near zero in day time frame. So where market buyers are stock, the people who want to buy good quality stocks, they will try to enter here. Not now, not now. They will have their own analogies. They will have their own methodologies. They will consult their CAs. We are not SEBI registered. So this is the place where the people can buy good quality stocks based on their fundamental analysis and technical analysis. But intraday point of view, it's very, very simple. The data is still sell on rallies. We are seeing some gap down. So we are opening near 25,700 somewhere levels. Okay. So data is still looking bearish. So we will expect a bearish side until first 15 minutes high is not taken out. If first 15 minutes only there is a bullish candle pattern which will take towards high side or upside, means you can expect some bullish rally, but 25,800 will act as strong resistance zone as per option chain. 25,900, which is multiples of 100, as well as S1, sorry, R1, that is yesterday's high, will also act as strong resistance zone. So keep it in mind. Tomorrow is a holiday because of Maharashtra government had declared holiday. So tomorrow is a holiday. So today is a BSC Sensex expiry, weekly expiry. So you will expect some volatility also in the market. Be careful, as yesterday it was the huge volatile. So this is the view for the day, not the setups. Setups we will start at 9:15. Once the 9:15 candle starts forming, we will bring our setups and we will trade accordingly. So thank you. Don't trade your views. That is very, very important. Thank you. All the best.